So much for waiting. Hope you got your popcorn and your drinks ready to go as we're about to jump once again for the second time today on Miramar. Great last performance from the likes, of course, of Last Crew. They needed to improve those stats to get even like more safe. And now you're counting them in these teams that are safe to go to the finals next week. So they are really good location. Look at that fourth position now.
Exactly. So it still doesn't stop 3D Max from still... Okay, you know what? I'm going to actually say 3D Max are kind of on the edge of potentially not being super secure.
29 points.
I know. Okay, fair enough then. They're still safe. Top 6, relatively safe. But InsideGames, Katana, Quick Math, they all need to get the work done. Rewap, after a strong, solid result, have made their way a little bit more forward. DOS Pilots, once again, they started today in 14th place, Maxon. They moved up to 13th after game 1. They moved up to 12th after game 2. After game 3, we could find them in 11th. Every single point, every single moment counts for that team. But of course, for the likes of Rewap, Quick Math, because Quick Math, like, you know, they haven't lost. They haven't lost, but they haven't gained. They have gotten closer, though. They're only 5 points behind Katana. Katana are holding on to 8th place by the skin of their teeth for now. But of course, we've got 2 more games today. We've got 8 more games after today. So it's gonna get really, really spicy.
Gonna be a spicy goodness. That's what we're looking for. And yeah, eyes are gonna be on Quick Math each time. I'm gonna be looking on their performances for the next 3 days. Well, today and the next 2 days, of course. So it's gonna be really interesting to see. Once again, pretty central playing, a little bit similar as last game. So teams can find their main locations. Katana had a nice amount of success on their last drop in Cabrera. So they're going to go for that once again. No big changes, no big shifts. Last Crew also really high up north. They're hoping like, oh, maybe we're going to get the same circle, or maybe that's going to happen, but I'm pretty sure that's not going to be the case. And just really even splits. And yeah, it's going to be a little bit more slow.
Please don't have that last circle. I really hate that last circle because, as I kind of said, because there were no compounds in the center circle in the final couple of phases, and because even in the center of that circle, it was low ground and it was just open field. It's not open field, but it was just open season. Everybody was on the edge of circle, so we had a lot more third-man partying, and
especially on the east,
it was really tough. And yeah, I just didn't like it. It's not the way Miramar kind of naturally feels nice. Okay, you know what? Like deja vu here. You know, have we gone back in time, Maxman?
What is this? This is game 2 of the day, right?
Yeah. Did we find the DeLorean and just go back like 25 minutes? Man, that phase 1 circle. It's not as harsh as it was last game,
though.
But it's still good repeat. What is kind of... Man, I don't even know what to say. Like, you know, okay.
Imperium, come back. Don't leave the studio. What the hell? He's giving up on life right now.
It's just like, I always love to see something different in the circles on each game, especially when it's the same map being played like 2 games in a row. What that will hopefully do is it might hopefully put teams that didn't have the strongest result in game 1, it might give them a chance to kind of redeem themselves in terms of, okay, well, maybe we should move into circle a little bit earlier because it's a similar circle. Maybe we should kind of rotate in a different direction because the playing trajectory was similar and the phase 1 circle was similar. With that information, that intel, we could see teams that did bad last game do a little bit better in this game.
I talked about it earlier that even scrims can't prepare you to that. Now they had 1 game. Now they are prepared. There's no excuse, okay? Otherwise, I'm coming for you. You have no excuse. But no, it should be. Okay, let's hope it does shift away from Oasis this time, just to have a little bit of a different kind of gameplay. oKKo, as always, taken over by Ferrari Breach. They got 2nd position with EduCoz, the one-man army, almost getting 3 knocks on the last members of Last Crew, so they have a huge game for themselves earlier, and let's hope they can do it again, because at the start of the day, Ferrari Breach, they were in 13th position with 79 points. They need to pump up those numbers just a little bit so they can try and overtake the likes of maybe Katana in now 8th position.
Yeah,
it is going to be harsh, but in the few games that are remaining, it is definitely possible.
It's like when you're sitting on the couch and you want to get the remote control to change the channel, and you know it's there, and you're just like kind of, not that you're too lazy, but you don't want to have to reach to get it, but when you want to get that remote, when you want to change that channel, you got to reach, you got to go for it. And that's what Quick Math are in as a situation. They've got to squeeze every single point out of these games. I want to see them get another chicken dinner because that will be kind of like, oof, big boy plays to get into the top 8.
Yeah, that's what we're going to be expecting from Ferrari Breach. As always, going to go for their rotation. You talked about Stella earlier. They were once again the team that had the hardest rotation as a HeartShift Kowo. Just find Sakura from YMCA. And Sakura is actually really, really split on the map. So probably going to get flushed out by HeartShift. Will be a little bit unfortunate. There you go, Sakura in the fields.
Yeah.
That's going to be game over for Sakura, pretty much sure. As now, 10 seconds before the phase 1 circle does get smaller and smaller. And we're going to have the teams try to rotate at that point.
So kind of similar again to the last game. InsideGames and LXG are outside in outside circle in Los Leones. Rewap are also down the south, although they're a little bit more south than they were the last game.
Mm-hmm.
Man, okay, you end up okay. There you go.
Beep,
That's
beep.
one way to be getting that kill. Job done. As Kowo will now move away inside that vehicle. You know, so it's kind of like we're seeing similar plays. I think InsideGames are rotating a little bit earlier than they did the last game. Again, they're thinking, okay, the last game we rotated too late. We got caught out, kind of not only on the edge of the circle, but we kind of got a little bit caught out. Move into the circle earlier, get a better position, get a better compound. We could possibly be the ones to punish teams rotating in late.
They just don't want to suffer the circle.
No.
And that's why Nully Shift here, I think, is a smart decision.
Exactly.
400 kids, they like to play split. They're still pretty split, in my opinion, so they've got to try and get closer.
Especially when they're so central to the circle.
Yeah, it's like last game, exactly the same scenario.
Exactly. Dust Pilots also, once again, they got 5 kill points, no placement points in that last game. They could be looking to secure a couple of more points on their side. Not doing it just yet. Waiting. Primed SLR shots coming out as ctrkN secures a knockdown onto the Solar, but no frag yet.
No.
Let's see what can happen.
Oh, Ferrari Breach, they're coming in the distance, but I'm pretty sure they don't want to really get involved with that, so they're just going to avoid the skirmish as much as possible and squeeze between this fight and quick math as the high ground wants to go. Oh, no, they are actually getting involved. Ferrari Breach, they getting in the compound, which I was not quite expecting as Rewap Fine just find into long, so just flushing out instantly on the side of quick math in Samaratin. That's going to be
Rewap.
Juicy goodness.
Rewap have found their mojo. Strong game 2, Miramar. Coming into this game 3, securing frags early on. Getting those kills is going to be a good start for them. As Katana hold that high ground. They hold a compound. Good vision. 400 kids in the distance. 400 kids have gotten a little bit more together. You have kind of a bit of a 2-2 split, or 2-1-1 if you want to call it that. Either way, it's not in the open and it's not split too far away from each other. So again, a bit of a learning curve from that previous Miramar game.
3 Max, they had their 2 split Nokian solo. They did res back up solo, so that's great for them. They tried to scout the compound, see if there was a good rotation that could happen. Unfortunately, Ferrari Breach and DOS Pilot, they're around the corner. They're going to call that one off, which I think is a great play and really respectful from 3D Max to just back off just a little bit longer. Quick math, they lost that member earlier. They're going to rotate out of San Martin towards the northern section. YMCA also find a nice location up there in that farm, so they can just hold it, especially because you have a bunch of fields around. It's an easy location to kind of like defend and scout out with. So YMCA, they got all the information in the world that they need to prep their next rotation.
At least there's a lot more central compounds for these teams to hold on to, so there's a lot less kind of holding onto the edge of the circle. So it's a little bit more normal Miramar. I feel a bit better. Normal service has been resumed in the world of Miramar, Maxman.
You can still go there. Hey, touch wood. Not too sure.
Shh.
Don't jinx it.
Don't jinx it. Okay, Maxman. As Unity and Ferrari Breach coming up against each other. EduCoz rolling down the hill, or walking down the hill, trying to get into a safe spot. Maybe not realizing that he's going right into the hands of Tizer and Snoopy from Unity. It's going to be a 2v2 fight as oKKo makes his way into the building. Tizer actually jumps out, trying to reposition himself. Yeah, they kind of realize that it's going to be the full FBI squad being flown on through. Snoopy is there trying to hold on to it. He takes a couple of shots off in the direction of Ferrari Breach now. He goes outside of the building, tries to reposition. You do see that there is a Tizira in the background, so it could be a bit of a bait by Snoopy. Going to throw the smoke grenade, but the flank is coming on through by oKKo. Will he get spotted out? Will he be able to find him? He actually goes behind that tiny little hut, trying to find a better flank. But now to that phase 2. No, you know what? That's better. It's better. There's still,
careful.
you know, still center circles.
Going to take a bit of damage from Snoopy. Still there, only 2 members. Orange is not going to get involved too much. Nice.
What?
Wait, no, not a nice grenade.
Oh,
Actually, that's not a good grenade. Orange going to be knocking out Snoopy himself. Feels bad, man. It's been stabbed or exploded in the back. Going to get me chucked on over from Marco. Does it connect on top of Kizrin? It does, and that's going to be 2 easy points for the side of Ferrari. Breach. A little fortunate. Quizzy joined back, actually. But I'm not sure that's going to be enough. Where is Orange when you need him?
It's still a 4v2 situation. Knockdown comes down from Quizzy. Orange gets the knockdown onto EduCoz. Now it's a 2v2 situation with Washout and oKKo. The only 2 members as the kills get secured. Orange gets knocked down by oKKo. Here's a grenade. Catch it, my dude. And now Quizzy is just going to do what he can. Right behind. Oh, no! Yes, Uni gets eliminated. Ferrari Breach getting the work done, but with shots off being fired by both 4 angry kids and Katana in the distance, will they be able to get the revives that they need to keep going as a team? Ferrari Breach, gotta give him credit where credit is due. This game 3 today as Solar gets a knockdown onto MarcoOPz out of FBI. That is going to be a kill for 3D Max, a point in their favor, putting FBI down to 2 players now, Washout and oKKo. Oh no, 3 players actually.
Oh, they find Solar
oKKo,
though.
Washout and EduCoz.
Yeah, they do find Solar. A few shots coming on through. The car's not smoking, so he should have an easy rotate. And should get back to his team. Yeah, there it is. He's just going to go for the safer move to stay in that compound. It is still in circle towards the likes of water treatment, so they can hold that for as long as they possibly need. There's no need to really get themselves in a skirmish. YMCA can try and get involved if they really want to. One team that was definitely struggling a little bit last game to get out as a 4-man squad, it was LXG. They had X-Team was last member remaining, still popping off shots back and forth, and I think that that's actually great from them.
Yeah.
And LXG, now they are as a 4-man squad. That's going to be a better chance for them to potentially take this one. They try and rotate through the west. There's no teams towards the likes of Cabrera and Crater Fields. And they have the high ground too, which is going to be great for scouting to know a little bit how you can rotate in the future of Phase 3.
Told you it was a bit more of a normal Miramar map.
Yeah.
Told you.
And then you just like really north shit.
I
like
know, right? I know,
north.
right? Still, you know, still the freaking Oasis would be the hedge.
Okay,
No,
fine.
there you go. Okay, I'm edge. Now, looking at those teams, like a good 90% of the teams are still inside the circle. It was a very central shift. Katana to Tornado Energy in strong spots. Stellar a little bit split in a 2v2. In a 2-2, should I say. InsideGames hold on to the high ground on the edge of the north circle. They overlook Milky Way. They overlook Stellar. They even overlook, of course, HeartShift that are kind of behind / around them.
Yeah, InsideGames, the mountain that killed them last time around, is the mountain that they're going to be able to use to get that information and apply pressure on a few teams that are trying to potentially find a better position overall in this Phase 3 circle. It's going to be closing up in the next 20 seconds. So maybe a bit of action will come out from the likes of YMCA and HeartShift to try and find an in-circle compound, or at least a location they can actually defend properly. Tornado Energy, they got a 2-2 split, pretty central, as 400 Kids RonnieKray finds Katana Talk, and not confirmed as a kill quite yet. They are in a high ground location, and it's only, as I say, like in these kind of locations, because you've got so many compounds that these teams can use, most of the time it's going to turn into a battle of knocks. Got knock on Talk, and he's going to try and use his medkits you talked about earlier, also going to try and reduce his armor, his helmet, if it did get a headshot. That's going to be able to allow them for their next fight. Katana's going to be a little bit weaker without that utility.
Exactly, exactly. But I don't think Milky Way are going to push it too much because they're still in a 2-2 split. Last Crew have the compound on the east side, east central side of the circle, all in their favor. You do have 3D Max that are in between Katana and Last Crew. That could be a little bit risky for them. We've seen Noki has gotten knocked down. Will the revive come out? It should come out quite effectively. But the high ground that Katana holds on to, if they can keep this compound in their favor, it's going to be very hard for the teams around them individually to push on them too much. But if they do it kind of together, we could see Katana get eliminated, and then, of course, multiple other teams around them get eliminated.
So the circle's closing up, only 50 seconds remaining. Things will have to be shifting in gear. HeartShift, they do find Stellar as a two-man team. They do have that compound. They are still in circle, so there's no need to really force it quite yet, but unfortunately, they're going to have to make it through because they also have this road to make out of. So HeartShift, they might be one of the teams that is going to struggle the most on this next shift because they have so much to actually go through, and a few teams do actually have information on their location, especially here it is Stellar. They do find Kowo from HeartShift. Takes a few shots, does get a teeny bit of damage, but not anything significant.
So we're 15 minutes in. We have 15 teams and 57 players live as we hit phase 4. I like it, Max. I like it. Is the phase 4 circle going to be north, south, east, west shift? Or is it going to be a little bit normal centrally? Of course, we'll now find out. It's quite central still. It's a bit of a shift down south. It's going to put pressure on InsideGames. They have to make their way down the hill, which are going to enter into the road. You have Milky Way, you have HeartShift, you have Stellar there. But we are seeing Stellar and HeartShift go up against each other. Celis has been taken out at the hands of Nihanas, leaving Kaz on his own because Stellar had gone for a 2-2 split. Beamy has actually secured a kill onto Odstrelovac. Great job by Beamy. Again, kills mean points mean prizes. But Kaz, he's the only one in that compound. He gets knocked out at the hands of mjyoh. That's going to be a kill, most likely. However, you have Katana, you have InsideGames, all firing shots off in that direction. Sorry, not Katana. It's actually kind of Milky Way and InsideGames all firing shots off in that direction. Kowo from HeartShift gets a kill. The hands of Stellar. Beamy gets a knockdown onto Pixelix. These three teams fighting against each other outside the circle all the while. We've seen great movement rotations coming out from the likes of LXG on the west side of this circle. You have Tornado Energy hold onto kind of that northwest side on the mountain, looking to kind of camp against the likes of Stellar, HeartShift, and of course LXG.
Stellar lost 2 members earlier. It's only going to be Beamy and also his good old friend together in that compound. They're going to have to try and hold it. They're also 9 circles, so a shift will happen high up north. We might see a few casualties in the process. Rewop. They're rotating through the south. They got a little bit more room to work with. Might clash with Ferrari Breached. Ferrari Breached are going to be leaving that compound now. They have the information on top of that. And this is a huge potential for Rewop to shut down this movement.
But you also
Breach.
YMCA firing shots off and last crew. So you peak, that's great. But if you peak too hard and you peak too fast and you peak too much, you're going to find your head getting ripped off. So Rewop going to have to be very, very careful of that indeed.
Yeah, they're going to try and force it up just a little bit. You also have a YMCA, that one member that's going to be in the distance. Probably not going to get involved in that shack. He is using as a scout. Sampula and also Turbo Banani. They might want to try and rotate a little bit closer in. They're on an open area that can get a little bit scary. We talked about the northern rotations. HeartShift. They are now across the hardest part. That road was very scary. They made it through. They're into the main area now of the circle. And now they can try. Going to be chucked on over from Compot. It does go right behind Mike, and it does do the airy damage you're looking for. And that's going to be HeartShift down to now only 1 member as he gets stolen away actually by Zampeek.
There's a lot of kills being stolen by a lot of these teams, either against each other or towards other teams, because they're all in such a small vicinity. InsideGames, they get eliminated in 15th place. They got a kill point in their favor before that happened. That's all he could do, really. Now HeartShift get eliminated in 14th. This is the phase where teams start kind of dropping out a little bit quick because they're getting closer together. E1 gets a knockdown onto POLLADERUC. Melman takes away NLXE from LXG. That was always going to be tough. But now, could we see the 2-member LXG look to kind of push onto Tornado Energy? Example, has actually taken down X team. If you're going to go up against the #1 placement team, you want to make sure you are very aware of your position because Katana have gotten a knockdown and a kill at the hand of LXG as they do get eliminated. Just didn't work out for them.
Yeah. Tornado Energy being like, arigato, Katana, thank you so much. You helped us out rotate a little bit easier in the circle. And they have a little bit also of like the lip of a hill to work with, just to use that defensive position to not be threatened by the position of Katana, which is going to be a great way for them to get in circle. Still a steal, Moleman and Beamy, the two members remaining on their side. If you found Milky Way, DP, no! Even that shift and that laser ring coming through is not enough to take
nice
him down. But there he
headshot.
is, he comes out, gets that headshot, gets the flush on top of DP. That's a huge move for them, especially when you take down DP, the one and only.
Oh, no. But now Izum got the knockdown with that M4 onto Beamy. It's only going to leave Moleman alive. The grenade comes through. Offstring secures that squad wipe onto Stellar, and Milky Way are now going to have to try and make their way through onto Circle. There is, of course, Melman from Tornado Energy. Hey, look, might look to join in on the fun. But either way, he has to kind of push his way through into the Circle. DOS Pilots and Rewop. DOS Pilots trying to hold on to that compound. It's a 3-man DOS Pilots team. They lost one early on. It's going to be hard. It's still inside the circle. ctrkN does get a knockdown onto Ewong. What can Rita do? Going to throw a grenade in the direction of Rewop right now. Repositioning, fine. Maybe reposition him in a direction that they can get those knockdowns, as Rita is just peeking in, peeking out. But now Jupsik from Quick Math joining in on the fun. Actually takes away a kill, but is kind of helping DOS Pilots at the same time.
Yeah, DOS Pilot, Rita, grenade going to be chucked on over. Does going to dip, he's going to roll to his feet. Nice damage down to 42, and it's not going to be enough. Fine, does get that confirmation on the knock on top of Rita with that scar. Now, once again, the positioning of DOS Pilot in the distance is actually really good on that compound. Rewop having to chuck those smokes. There's still out smokes to create a smoke road. Yeah, that's going to be the case. Mage Bin is going to do that, but still, look at that Katana 3D Max. They're going to take a few shots in their direction. I'm going to try and shut down maybe Rewop from getting a little bit closer in circle. The circle's almost going to be closed up. Phase 6 just about to start off. And Rewop are the team that are struggling the most, as so many teams. Also, Ferrari breached it on their right. And I'm not sure they actually have an easier rotation, because Ferrari breached actually, they are in a dip, and they're even in a worse situation compared to them, as the shift happens to be a little bit down south. And 400 Kids are looking really good right now.
400 Kids looking good. They have kind of a 2-2 split in those compounds in the center circle, able to fire shots off. It is low ground, so they can't kind of like fire too heavily in the distance, but they're just in a very strong compound. I did kind of make a mistake early on with DOS Pilots. I thought they had lost one before Rita got taken out, but there still is 3-man strong team looking to kind of hold on to that compound that once again is still inside the circle. So Katana have to move out from their direction. EduCoz does get a knockdown onto Turbo Banani. Muck got a knockdown onto Furax, leaving 3D Max. Probably will most likely get the revive, so they'll be okay for now. And Azrin from Katana finding Izum, gets a knockdown, gets a kill, putting Milky Way in a position where they only have 2 members left. That was clever play from Azrin from Katana. He actually moved away from the circle to try and get those kills, but not before Ostring is able to get a knockdown. It will alert the rest of Katana and, of course, Tornado Energy as to where Milky Way are. Going to be pinched right now as Ostring does get himself knocked down. But example does take down Maxizor from Katana. Milky Way get eliminated. Katana securing a couple of kill points. Very much needed kill points.
Yeah, that was a great play from them. Milky Way, once again, they're a little bit of struggle. But now 3 Max, you can see them. They're actually shifting in their direction. They want some of that juice. Still as a 4-man squad. Katana, they lost 2 in the process. Going to be only Camcan Talk. But actually, 3D Max, they don't want that juice that much, so they're just going to be leaving that one. But be careful, Camco can find a good angle. 3 members in one car, that is always super scary. Nice headshot connects on top of Noki, but though Rewop taken out by the likes of DOS Pilot, that shift was completely shut down, and now they're going to be able to storm on through. Furax and Noki get knocked away. There's going to be 2 more members remaining, 2v2 against the likes of 400 Kids, Northrest and Havokki.
But look at the grenades being thrown through.
He does get knocked away. It's going to be Northrest remaining on his 1-man squad. 1v2 against the likes of 3D Max. Can he shut down his rotation on his own? Going to have to wait and see. Found him. Here it is. And oh my god, Northrest takes out 3D Max. That shift would have been so good, but unfortunately, so many teams remaining, and it is low ground. Great angle. 3D Max out in 9th
It's kind of like the compound breach just came in too late. If it had been maybe 30, 40 seconds earlier when Katana were fighting against Milky Way, they wouldn't have been looking in that direction. But 3D Max just left it a little bit too late after losing players to play zone. Nixtys not from 4 Angry Kids. 4 Angry Kids popping off as a 4-man squad. But now Tornado Energy and 4 Angry Kids trading kills as DOS Pilots. They did successfully take down Rewop. They're still a 3-man team. There's EduCoz from Ferrari Breach, just in the same building as POLLADERUC.
In the same one, they're going to have to try and share this building, but this is a nice shift for 4 Angry Kids. This is everything is coming together for 4 Angry Kids to potentially take this one. As Nixtys finds Compot. Can he find example? Can he find the 2 top fraggers? That's a 1v2. That would be huge for them. He
Oh my god!
Nixtys!
4 Angry Kids popping off. They're 13th in the placement points. This is the game they need. This is the kill. They won game 1 at the start of phase 3. Are they going to end this part of phase 3 with more chicken dinners than I'm sure they kind of would have expected? They're leading their way. They're lending their way into their second chicken dinner as a 3-man team, but not before the likes of Quick Math, DOS Pilots, Last Crew are ready to take it away from them. And of course, there is still the 1-man army of EduCoz and Kamka, both Ferrari Breach and Katana, respectfully.
Yeah, all these teams drooling for that compound of 4 Angry Kids. They just want it so bad.
Look.
But all the smokes in the road will not be enough. Katana, Kamka going to do a rush, thrown down. Fire, and Burley is just going to be raining just above his head. A few connect. But Kamka going to try and rise back up as DOS Pilot CTR does find Jeepzik and flushes out on Quick Math. Quick Math down to now only Diggory and Pelt. But still, this compound is no more in circle. Something will have to happen.
And they're still EduCoz. They're still EduCoz.
He's always on his own.
I don't think DOS Pilots have kind of realized this.
I don't think so.
Will it cause a bit of an upset? POLLADERUC gets knocked down to the blue zone. He tried to get into the vehicle, but it didn't really happen early enough as Pelty tries peeking his way through. Lipsin has the high ground. Katana get eliminated in 6th place at the hands of Rip. Now it's Pelty against Lipsin. Lipsin gets a knockdown, but he's got to try and secure the frag. Either secure the frag or secure the squad wipe onto Diggory, who's able to try and heal himself up. There's still Lipsin. Still going in, looking for Last Crew, but gets knocked down out in the open and does get taken down by EduCoz from Ferrari Breach, leaving only the 1-man of ctrkN from DOS Pilots.
The circle.
He's fighting against the blue zone. Ferrari Breach get eliminated in 5th. DOS Pilots get eliminated in 4th. We are down to 3 teams. 4 Angry Kids, Quick Math, and Last Crew.
I love that move. We're going down together. Last Crew, they are struggling so much. Rip! He can do a lot of action on his own. Will that be enough to get to the compound of 4 Angry Kids? We'll have to win. Still with that 1 member, Diggory of Quick Math is going to be remaining. Jappy got flushed away by 4 Angry Kids. They're just popping off completely. Last Crew gets eliminated in 3rd position. Still great performance overall for them. Now it's going to be turned into a 3v1 of 4 Angry Kids, 3 members on their side against 1 member, Diggory. From Quick Math. He does not have the compound. This is getting really scary. Imperium on my side is just going completely mental.
I'm so happy for 4 Angry Kids. This is the kind of story I love to be able to tell. A team that are trying to rise above the bottom half of the table, trying to find the points that they need to get into the top 8. And damn it, 4 Angry Kids are the team that do it right now. However, the likes of DOS Pilots have had a great game. So we'll see how these placements are going to show up at the end of this game. Diggory trying to find a knockdown. We know what he can do. He's a fantastic fragger. He's thrown a grenade out. He was trying to dance around, but he gets taken out. 4 Angry Kids, chicken dinner number 2.
Nixtys, I gotta give him potentially MVP. He got down Compot, an example of Tornado Energy, the top 2 fraggers of the entire start here of this Group A in Phase 3. That was a great performance from 4 Angry Kids, even though the circle was really playing to their advantage. But they played it so well. That 2-2 split, they pulled off like a Tornado Energy in that kind of move in that compound. And it was so well executed.
Yeah.
And I got to give them full props. Like,
as I said, it's what we needed. Like, I've talked about the teams that are kind of in the bottom half, what they need to do. They need to kind of, reach down to the depths of their abilities and just take the adrenaline, take the ability and push it on up and show it in these games. And that's exactly what 4 Angry Kids have done.
They got 10 kills out of that.
Yeah.
Huge for them. Here it is, a few early fights. Unity, that unfortunate grenade that happened was also a big downfall for Unity. And then here it is, catch that grenade, oKKo doing the moves, getting that flush, and a knock in the side. And then that last grenade, once again, huge performance from Ferrari Breach in that early game. EduCoz also later on shutting down DOS Pilot in the process, so that was great for them, getting extra positioning points. And I talked about it, HeartShift, they were a team that actually was struggling to rotate, but they got positioned really well and actually turned the steam down on InsideGames.
Man, yeah, it was just such a good game. I really loved that Miramar game, especially compared to the previous one. It was just a lot more entertaining. The teams were able to do a lot more against each other. And we saw InsideGames get eliminated in 15th place. Tornado Energy had a decent game, but they kept relatively quiet. 4 Angry Kids did shut them down. And then we saw Moleman from Stellar get knocked down. iZoom from Milky Way was able to take down Stellar, and that was their story ending down to Milky Way.
And there it is. That was when Rewap, they tried to breach the compound that was taken over. They got that first knock on top of Rita. But then that's when they were going to struggle. It was like a pretty flat area. They had to make it through on that plateau, and it was just not enough for them to actually make it through despite having that smoke road. And I got to give props there. Azvarin, despite not getting that last kill on top of Offstring, he did a great amount of work on that back line for the side of Katana. And then Mans was the last one remaining, got peeked over by Maxazor, got instantly smothered down. Not quite enough, but then they did find him. It was Tok that came on through. Where's the M4, sorry, and just tucked them out completely. Here it is. That was the breach that happened from Rewap. They tried to take it away, but once again, they almost got to the safety of the buildings, but it was just not fast enough. And 3D Max, you got to give, like, once again, Northrest there.
That's what happened to Noki. Noki actually knocked himself down trying to get out of the vehicle too early. I thought he was just knocked down by somebody else, and that was then 4 Angry Kids helping themselves to a couple more kills and squad wiping 3D Max, which they quickly followed up by squad wiping Tornado Energy.
That was the move I was talking about. MVP, in my opinion, for Nixtys, taking out Example and Compot in the process. Troopstick was taken out early. Then Quick Math. They still had, once again, Diggory that got in second position overall for Quick Math. That's good for them. Because once again, we talked about it, they had having a taste of that top 8, and that performance there might just be what they needed to get in top 8.
True, but they only got 2 kills, so it won't be the highest amount of points. Like I say, it's going to be better in kick in the face, and it's a start, and it's a step in the right direction in my eyes. But this was just 4 Angry Kids popping off left, right, and center, positioning themselves so accurately. Then the final blow came out. This was the points going into this game. Unity LXG getting no points.
Unfortunately for them, Miramar is their map, but this time around, it's not quite working out for them. YMCA also a team that had a little bit of a struggle to rotate in. They only got 3 points total and got only 2 kills. So also Milky Way, that's like 2 games in a row on Miramar. That's a little bit lower than average on for them.
But it's more the fact that like you had Rewap and Ferrari and Rewap and HeartShift both getting kind of low point games, and then when you have Ferrari Breach, DOS Pilots, and 4 Angry Kids getting strong point finishes, that's going to potentially change overall standings, have a couple of teams shift up northwards towards the top 8. That's Quick Math. See, even though Quick Math got 7 points, Katana got 8. So if anything, actually Quick Math lost the point difference ahead of Katana. So it's really interesting how these teams are going to place at the end of this game. But this is the head-to-head between 4 Angry Kids and DOS Pilots.
Both 1,500 damage, just about. The conversion rate going to be higher, of course, for 4 Angry Kids, because that 2-2 split in the compound, they just got every single team trying to find an opportunity to get that compound. They got instantly lasered and had no chance of recovering from that one. And as I said, Nixtys, I called it MVP. 2 of those kills, of those 5 kills, are Example and Comfort from Tornado Energy, the 2 players that are in the top standing in terms of damage and kills altogether, and he took them out 1v2. That is huge.
However, you can't deny what other players did. ctrkN got 639 damage. Of course, Nixtys held on the top spot with 662, followed by Muck from Last Crew in 3rd place with 611.
Also looking at, once again, I said Kamka, the last member at the end of for Katana there, able to get a few damage out. That was a great performance overall from all of these teams. I am so happy. That game was actually super fun.
As I said, compared to the first Miramar game, it was way more entertaining. The teams looked a little bit freer to do what they wanted. Of course, we saw mistakes along the way before Angry Kids getting that chicken dinner.
Let's hope that the next game is just about to be as entertaining as we will be dropping on Sanahawk. We'll see you there in just a few short minutes.